What's up, traders? In today's video, we're going to be going over my most recent trade. This was a short position on Euro AUD that I took last week. I want to break this down so you can see what went into the trade, my thought process, my analysis, but also because I was able to call this trade in our VIP chat. So members, people that have taken the ASFX courses, were able to take advantage of this move, but also take advantage of seeing this happen in the live market. They were able to get that experience directly from me, which I think is one of the most important things that we provide to our community. So let's get into the recap. For those of you that are new, my name is Austin Silver. I really appreciate you being here and giving me the time today. If this video brings you value, if it helps you make better trading decisions going forward, all I'm asking is that you give me a comment, let me know if you like it down below, but really smash that thumbs up button, destroy the thumbs up button for me, and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. That lets YouTube know to keep sharing and suggesting my videos so we can help other traders. This trade, I think, has a lot of weight in my book just because it was one of those trades that could have continued to move in my direction, but I managed it properly so that when it did turn around to actually end up coming against me, I was able to still end profitable on this trade. And it comes after my last recap, which was on a Euro USD position. And that trade stopped me out and continued to move in the direction that I was trading. So a lot of people commented on that video and said, Austin, how did you not catch the whole move? What did we do to catch the whole move? What I always say is that we have to follow our tested rules. And this was something that I talked a lot about on the webinar. But if we're following those tested rules, some of these trades are going to pull back and stop you out in profit, and you're going to have to walk away from that and wait for the next entry. But some of them are going to stop you out before they go against you, like this trade we're going to talk about today. So in that sense, it's good to have your stop loss there. And then there will be trades that will not pull back at all, and you'll be able to take advantage of that full move. And the only way you can do that is if you have consistent rules, and you have to manage these trades the same way. So let me show you what happened in our group chat first this morning. You can see here, the date was Thursday, January 21st. I said good morning to everybody, sent a little bit of a Bitcoin analysis, and then I sent my chart of Euro AUD. And I said, if the 1 minute liquid 50 can hold the sell zone, maybe you get the 15-minute downshift. Now that's some ASFX terminology that we teach in our course, but the markup that I sent them was this. You have the 15-minute of Euro AUD on the right side, and you have the 1 minute chart on the left side. We had bearish divergence present on the 1 minute with price rising and the RSI falling. That set up the potential for us to see this move lower. What I didn't like about this setup was that on the 15-minute, we had bullish divergence here from last night, and we were still basically trading within the Asian range. We had broken out just barely here, but it was very much sideways so far today. We didn't really see any extension, but I was trying to follow the overall downtrend. So here, you can see my markup of the trade from where I took my position. You can see it only fell about 1 R, and then it turns around and stops me out in profit. Now, I graded this trade a C setup, and I said that in the group chat here. As this C setup developed for people that were following my idea, I wanted them to make sure that I wanted them to know that I locked my stop loss in profit as the trade reached 1 R, because that's what my rules tell me to do when we have a C setup. So how do you qualify this as a C setup? You can use the 1 minute and the 15-minute, asking yourself questions within the ASFX checklist to see if it's an A, B, or C setup. This had two major things wrong with it. The liquid 50 on the 15-minute was rising, and you had, like I said, price action basically trading within the Asian range. A third thing, an important thing, is this bullish divergence. So really there were 3 things wrong with it, not just those 2. So with those 2 major ones / 3 things wrong with it, that instantly makes it a C setup, which means that at 1 R, I'm locking my stop loss no matter what. This could have kept falling, absolutely. But instead, when it breaks the 50 EMA here, it ends up coming higher all day, the rest of the day, and into the next day, it continued like another 60 pips. So it moved 120 pips in the opposite direction. And if I had stayed married to the idea that, oh, it's gonna fall, I'll short it again later today, you're just getting burned the whole way. But instead, because of our systems, we test rules to go into these systems. And this is what I teach in the course. The systems kept me profitable. The systems had me move my stop loss into profit. You can see it right here as the trade moved lower. So let me zoom in and just blow this up for you guys even more. So when the trade moved to 1 R, you can see where I closed a piece of the trade and I moved my stop loss, lower. Now, you can see it quickly turned right up and stopped me out. You move on to the next trade. People will always say, Austin, how do you catch the whole move? How do I call the top? How do I call the bottom? You don't. That's not what trading is about. Instead, follow a process, follow a tested process that tells you what to do so you don't have to feel anything. You don't have to feel or think. You just need to react to what the market is doing based upon those rules. So here, this is a great example of a trade that, yeah, it stops me out in profit in a good way because it turned and went 160 pips the other way. But there are going to be trades like that last Euro USD trade where it does stop me and then continues lower if I'm shorting it. You have to be okay with that, accept that that's going to happen because there are moves. Go back 2 weeks ago to the other Euro CAD recap. That one is a great example where it breaks out and it never comes back to the entry price. It never retests and I'm able to have my stop and profit and just move it up. Study successful traders. I'm not making this shit up. Tom Basso, who's a big mentor for me in my trading, he has this saying, enjoy the ride, where really what he's saying is he's moving his stops up and riding the trend until he gets stopped out, and then he waits for the next opportunity, and he just keeps moving his stops up. How are we to say when the market is done moving? We don't know. It's uncertain. So we accept the uncertainty and we let probabilities play out in our favor. So that's why I'm such a big believer in the systems. That's why I want you guys to check out the most recent webinar. The link is in the description. Make sure you download that, sign up for that. It's totally free. And comment below. Let me know if this video is valuable. Let me know if it's going to help you make better trading decisions going forward. Maybe it just helps you accept the fact that we can't catch all of every move. And sometimes you're going to close some at 1R and get stopped in profit. And you just got to move on to the next trade. You can't try to beat your way back. You got to wait for the market to come to you rather than trying to pull money out of this market because it'll just burn you. So I hope it brings you value. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you found some value, and I'll see you guys in the next video.